start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon.
Mingus Marauder Varsity Softball is on the air. Your 2023 Marauders on KYBC AM 1600 and Verde Valley TV are proudly sponsored by Lawler Construction, quality built homes and commercial projects. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health and healing people. All Price Insurance, low monthly rates on reliable insurance. Mingus Marauder Softball is also brought to you by Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Red Rock Collision, locally and family owned and working for you, not the insurance company. And Arizona Smile Designers, smile big, smile bright. Visit azsmiledesigners.com. And now, let's go out to the diamond for today's Mingus Marauder game. With the play-by-play, here's Jackie Bessler.
Welcome to Mingus Union High School. It is the second of 3 games here, the Faith Memorial Tournament out here at Mingus Union High School. This had been rescheduled. It was originally scheduled for the very beginning of March, and well, Mother Nature did not participate, and that did not happen. And then had quite a few teams, and we are down to 4, so it's going to be a round-robin out here today. The Mingus Marauders playing Prescott in Game 1. It was Sunny Slope and Mesquite in Game 1. Sunny Slope victorious over the Wildcats by a score of 13-4, and now it'll be the Mingus Marauders and Mesquite squad. Prescott will go play Sunny Slope on the JV field, and then we're going to final up the round robin here where the Mingus Marauders will match up with Sunny Slope, the Vikings, the 6A team, the only 6A team out here today for this tournament. The Mingus Marauders losing the first game to the Prescott Badgers by a score of 11-3, trying to bounce back against this squad from Mesquite. Sunshine is in the forecast here today. This should be the prettiest of the 3 games, as we should have mostly clear skies, mostly sunny skies out here, getting up to about 55 degrees here toward the middle of the day. Game number 3 scheduled at about 2 o'clock here this afternoon. And at that particular point, well, now we're going to race the rain, expecting rain somewhere around 5 o'clock here this evening in Cottonwood, Arizona. We're going to take a break. We'll introduce ourselves to the Mesquite squad, the Wildcats, when we come back after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Well, Mesquite, the next opponent coming up here for the Mingus Marauders. They are 1-1 in section play in the 4A Desert Sky standings, 3-5-1 overall. They've scored 66 runs and given up 95 so far here this season. 3-5-1 overall, 2-2 at away games, and 1-3-1 as the home team, and even though some of that is in tournament time. Tied with Coolidge to start off the season in a tournament, beat Ironwood, and then lost to Coolidge by a score of 5-4. First game that counts here for 4A division at Vista Grande, a victory by a score of 17-13, then lost to Eastmark 12-1. Lost to American Leadership Academy Gilbert North 17-8, and then it got into region play against Seton Catholic. Lost to Seton Catholic by a score of 8-5. Campo Verde, a powerhouse in softball, took care of this Mesquite squad. Actually, a two-hit shutout, 25-0. But bouncing back on the 14th of March are the Wildcats as they win 11-1 over St. Mary's. After the tournament, they will get on to more games here. They're going to play at St. Mary's, so they'll get a second shot at them, and then on to Arizona College Prep. Gilbert, Seton Catholic, Saguaro. They'll play the Coconino Panthers. They'll get another Grand Canyon region team besides the Mingus Marauders here in tournament time. Taking a look at their game against St. Mary's. They held St. Mary's to 6 hits and 1 run, 1 RBI, and 1 double during the course of the game. Only gave up 1 walk and 4 strikeouts against St. Mary's in the last one. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with some team stats here for Mesquite when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Getting ready for game number 2 here at Mingus Union High School, the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament. Of course, Faith Moore, the infamous number 8 here on the squad. She would have been a senior this year, a pitcher infielder for the Mingus Marauders, and unfortunately lost her way too early in life to floodwaters approximately 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago. And unfortunately, we gravely miss her. Her family in attendance here today for the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament, and we will have an opportunity to honor her all during the course of the day. More than just a tournament. It is definitely more than just a tournament out here, especially for Mingus Marauder softball. The Mesquite softball squad comes in batting .305 as a team. They've scored 32 runs on 43 hits. They got 28 RBIs, so 4 unearned runs during the season so far. 12 doubles, 4 triples, only 1 home run. That's Gutierrez with the lone home run out there for the Mesquite squad. Getting on base here, 21 walks to go along with 30 strikeouts. They've been hit by pitch 3 times and reached on error 9 times. Only 2 stolen bases for this squad so far this season. That seems pretty low. A fielding percentage of about .850 on this season. And not sure which of the pitchers that we're going to see out here today, as they've got several warming up, and we'll find out as we go along. We're going to take a break and try to look at starting lineups when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, the home of the Marauders, the Mesquite Wildcats. Coming up next here for the Mingus Marauders, Ontiveros is going to be on the mound here for the Mesquite Wildcats, wearing number 22. Taking a look at some of her pitching stats during the course of the year. She's got an ERA coming in at 8.03. She is 1-0 on the season. She has pitched 11 1/3 innings, given up 29 hits, 19 runs, only 13 of them earned runs, 2 walks to go along with 7 strikeouts. So that's very low in the walk category. On base average against her is .454 with a on-base percentage of .470 out there. Only 1 wild pitch so far accredited to her during the course of the season. Kim is going to be on the mound here for the Mingus Marauders. And Kim, we'll get some stats here on her. Pitching for the 2023 season, she's got 9 innings pitched. She's given up 7 hits, 16 runs, 13 of them earned. 17 walks, and that's to go along with 12 strikeouts. Opposing teams are batting .206 against her, but a on-base percentage of .471. And there's a matchup of our pitchers here as we're getting close to game time. We're very close to game time. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll go through our starting lineups when we come back to Mingus Union High School after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Back here in Mingus Union High School, taking a look at the starting lineup here for the visiting Mesquite squad. I'm not sure who is going to be the home team here as this is tournament play. So Mingus could be home. Mingus might be away on their own field. We will find out. So Liliana Ontiveros, the pitcher, will lead off. Cynthia Fausto plays shortstop and will bat second wearing number 5. Madison Wright, the first baseman, will bat third. Cleanup will be Mia Gutierrez, the only home run for the squad for Mesquite. She'll play third base and bat cleanup. Lisa Ordonez will be the second baseman and bat 5th. The center fielder, bat 6th. That's Ryan Howlett. And she'll be followed by the number 7 hitter, Tatiana Ruiz, the right fielder. The catcher, Anna Alvarez, will bat 8th. And then batting 9th is going to be Megan Ritchie. And she'll play left field for this squad for the Wildcats. For the Mingus Marauders, as we look at their starting lineup here today, it's going to be Jones in center field, followed by Loosbrink, the catcher. Watson will bat third and play third base, and this will be her third game here at third base. Klein will play first base here in game number 2. She pitched in the first game, and now she'll play first base in game number 2. Backus will be the shortstop and will bat 5th. Meyer, the right fielder, bats 6 out here today. Naima Kim, the pitcher, will bat 7th. Briley Wendler will bat 8th out here today and play left field. And Rory Murphy, the second baseman, is going to bat 9th. Yep, she's the second baseman. All right, so, of course, the honorary Faith Moore wearing number 8 out here today, as it is the Faith Moore tournament. The Mingus Marauders are going to be away here today, which means that they are going to bat first. Have an opportunity on these shortened games. I'll tell you what, it makes a huge difference if you can jump out on top and get a lead right from the start. Makes a huge difference for the squads. Hang on one second as I get a lineup here to the Mingus Marauders. There we go. Now we are just about set as we get ourselves set up here for this one. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be ready for first pitch when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, ready to go. On the mound, it's going to be Liliana Ontiveros and her catcher, Anna Alvarez here. Up first for the Mingus Marauders is going to be the center fielder, Cameron Jones, who takes ball 1. Jones, in the first inning, was 1 for 3. Grounds that one to shortstop across the diamond, and a ground out starts game number 2, 6-3. As it goes Fausto over to right for out number 1. It's going to bring up Loosbrink. Loosbrink was 1 for 2, had a triple her last time up, but that was game number 1. She'll take ball 1 outside. So around the diamond, defensively out here. In just a second, and there's a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on the Mingus Marauder catcher. Gutierrez at third, Fausto at short, Ordonez at second, right at first, and there's a ground ball up the middle. That one's going to get through, and she gets another hit here. 2 for 3 for the day now, but 1 for 1 in the game. Way to go, Maddie. Watson steps in, the third baseman. The lefty was 2 for 2. 2 singles through the right side of the infield. Ended up scoring a run in the third in game number 1. 1 on 1 out, and she'll look at that one high. The throw down to second is a decent throw, not quite in time. Loosebrink gets a stolen base on the first pitch. 1-0 count here to Watson. And that one is driven to to the second baseman. I thought it was going to get over her. And a line out to the second baseman's soft liner is the first time that Maddie has been out here. Or McKenna, rather, has been out in the day. Audrey Klein comes up. Klein, playing first base here, has a runner in scoring position at second. On to Veras with the pitch. And there's a strike. Took something off. Second delivery on the way, and it's a ground ball heading toward the shortstop. Up and across the diamond for out number 3. The Mingus Marauders get one on with a single by Loosebrink. They strand her at second base, and the ground out to shortstop ends the first inning for the Mingus Marauders. Bottom of the first coming up, it's going to be Ontiveros, Fausto, and Wright. Leading off here for the visiting squad, the Wildcats from Mesquite. We'll be back after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Ontiveros will lead off here for the Wildcats, and she will come up batting .308 on the season, 4 hits at 13 at-bats. 5 runs scored, a couple of RBIs, and a double to go along with it. And again, high school softball, you get the pitcher as a leadoff hitter. Fausto, the shortstop, will bat number 2. Madison Wright, the first baseman, will hit third. And if anybody gets on, it'll be the third baseman, Mia Gutierrez, playing cleanup. Loosebrink, of course, was on base at the end of the inning and had to get all of her gear put together. Now she's going to step in behind the plate, help warm up her pitcher. First time we're going to see Kim here today in the circle for the Mingus Marauders, the lefty. And a throw down to second, a little bit off. Loosebrink, a speedster, a little cat behind the home plate. Tavera steps in. Squad from Mesquite batting .305 as a team. Kim with pitch number 1 and a swing and a miss, strike 1. Both these teams 0-1 in the tournament so far. The Mingus Marauders losing to Prescott by a score of 11-3. 13-4 the score, Sunny Slope over Mesquite in game number 1. Kim delivers, and that's a swing and a strike, strike 2. Keeping the ball low and inside. Good spot. Liliana finds herself in a hole. There's the delivery, and that's going to be strike number 3. Kim gets the looking strikeout. Backward K to start off the inning. Great pitch. Took her down in 3 pitches. That is the 13th strikeout of the season here for Kim as a Mingus Marauder pitcher. And there we go. That's going to be a ball. Ball 1 to start to Fausto. We're in number 5. A senior batting .429 on the season, 5 for 14. And that one's high. Pardon me, 6 for 14. 6 runs scored and 5 RBIs, 5 doubles. So 5 out of her 6 hits have been extra base hits. And a 2-0 count to the shortstop, who had 2 putouts in the top of the first. And there's a strike. Caught the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 the count. 0-0, bottom of the first. The Mingus Marauders playing at home at Mingus Union High School, but the away team for game number 2, and the off-speed pitch stays high. 3-1, hitters count now. Naima Kim, the circle for the Mingus Marauders, game number 2. Got to find strike zone, and that one's going to be inside. Ball gets away. Loosebrink gets it back to her pitcher quickly. That'll be the first walk of the game. First base runner for Mesquite. That's going to bring up Madison Wright, the first baseman. Taking a look, Fausto does not have any stolen base attempts according to stats here. Kim working on the number 3 hitter, and that one is going to stay high. Doesn't get the call, high part of the strike zone. Wright, a junior, 6 for 18 on the season, batting .333. And there is no throw down to second base. So the stolen base by Fausto. And a 2-0 count here to Madison Wright. Kim delivers, and there's going to be a strike. So 2-1 now. Fausto walked and then stole second. Sits in scoring position out there for Wright. There's the inside corner for a strike. Turned her around. Wright turned the shoulder, but caught plate. Kim trying to put her down without an advancement of the runner from second, and there's going to be a ground ball picked up by Bacchus. Bacchus gets the ball over to first for the out, then it goes to third and thrown away, and that's going to be a throwing error, and scoring on the play is going to be Fausto. So Fausto went to third on the throw to first. The ground out goes 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And then the throw back from Klein over to third base to Watson gets away from her. And when the ball gets away, Fausto scampers home for the first run of the game. Gutierrez steps in, batting .533 on the season. Base is empty. And Kim tries the inside corner, doesn't get it. Ball 1. Naima started the game off with a strikeout. Strikeout looking to leadoff hitter Ontiveros, the opposing pitcher nonetheless. Put a little extra on that one, but misses down and away. 2-0 the count. On deck, Ordonez. Ordonez, another senior on this squad. Ground ball, that one's going to get through the hole on the left-hand side. So inning continues out here. 2 out now, 1 on, 1 in for the Mesquite squad, the Wildcats. Ordonez is going to get a chance to hit, batting .267. 4 for 15 on the season so far with 1 run scored, 1 RBI. One of her 4 hits was a triple. Kim delivers high. Ball 1. Gutierrez stays at first. Gutierrez not showing any stolen bases so far this season. There's the pitch. It's low. It gets away from Loosebrink. Loosebrink comes to collect it, but going down to second is going to be Gutierrez. So Ordonez now, second baseman, now has a player in scoring position with 2 out, 1 on, 1 in the bottom of the first. Kim delivers, and that's going to be a ball. Loosebrink keeps it in front of her. 3-0 now the count to Ordonez. Kim in the windup delivers, and it's going to be ball 4. Second walk in the inning, and that brings up Rayanne Howlett, the center fielder. Howlett batting .400, 4 for 10, with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs, and takes a strike. Well placed inside corner and low. She has 2 doubles and 1 double and 2 triples out of her 4 hits. Only 1 single. How about that? 3 extra bases, and she'll turn the shoulder and take that one inside. 1-1 the count. Kim trying to find her spots out here. The lefty hurler for the Mingus Marauders. She's got to get herself out of trouble. 1 in, 2 on. And there's a strike outside part of the plate and low. That was a good pitch. 1-2 the count to the center fielder here from Mesquite. She'll step back in, use the middle of the box. Touch the outside part of the plate. Wait for delivery. Here it is from Kim. And a swing and a miss. And catching it off of the deflection of herself is Loosebrink. And so the inning starts with a strikeout. It ends with a strikeout. And the Mingus Marauders give up 1. Coming up in the top of the second, it's going to be the middle order for the Mingus Marauders. It will be 5, 6, and 7. Backus, Meyer, and Kim coming up when we return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Well, top of the second inning, the Mingus Marauders are going to be back at it offensively. It's going to be Backus stepping in, who was 1 for 2 in game number 1. And the Mingus Marauder shortstop had a triple in the first game. And then we're going to get the right fielder, Meyer. Julia Meyer was 0 for 2 in the first game. And then the pitcher, Kim, will come up third in this particular inning, second inning. Didn't get a chance to go through the outfield here for the defensive setup as Coach Saravo goes into a jog around to get back to first base. Outfield for the visiting squad, home team actually though. After this one is going to be a ground ball deep in the hole. Well picked up across the diamond and thrown out. That was a fantastic play. And that ends up being out number 1. Backus ends up out number 1, a ground out, 6-3. It was a great play out there by the shortstop and a foul tip out there by Meyer for strike 1. So Fausto backhanded that deep in the hole, and a strong throw across to Wright, who stretched out for it to get the out. Meyer 0 for 2 last time in the game 1 versus Prescott. Has an opportunity here, and that one's going to be high. Not close enough to consider. And a check swing, thought about it. Takes it for a strike. 1-2 now the count. Back against Mojave. Meyer was 2 for 4. And she'll swing at that one and foul tip it. Stay alive. Ontiveros took something off of it. Meyer slowed up the swing and able to get bat on it. Yeah, Meyer ended up 2 for 2 against Mojave in the second half of the doubleheader. 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a double and a home run. That's a ground ball to home plate. That'll even the count up at 2-2. Mingus trailing by a score of 1-0. It is the top of the second. 1 out, nobody on. Meyer takes that one outside. Full count now. First full count by Ontiveros in the game. She only has 2 walks on the season, so Meyer should be sure that she's going to come at her. And there's a ground ball going to the third baseman across the diamond quickly. And that will be out number 2. Gutierrez over to right. And 2 ground outs, but hard hit balls for the Mingus Marauders, just not getting them through the infield. Good defense out here by the Wildcats, and Kim is going to come up. Kim steps in, gets some instruction by Meyer, gives her some insight to Ontiveros perhaps, and the lefty is going to step in for her first plate appearance of the day. Gets herself set and grounds the ball over to the shortstop. Up and across the diamond, and that's going to be out number 3. 1 pitch, 1 out, and up. 1, 2, 3 go the Mingus Marauders here in the top of the second. Well, Mesquite's coming up with the lead, and it'll be the bottom of the order. Ruiz, Alvarez, and Ritchie coming up for the Wildcats when we return after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
There we go. Mingus Marauders trailing the Wildcats by a score of 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Coming up, it's going to be 7, 8, 9. Tatiana Ruiz, the right fielder, the catcher, Anna Alvarez, and then Megan Ritchie, the left fielder, coming up to bat. Bottom of the order here for the visiting squad, who is the home squad here today. Mesquite comes in today 3-5-1 on the season. Coming off a victory against St. Mary's where they won 11-1, only giving up 1 run in that one. Tatiana Ruiz, a sophomore, is 0 for 3 here in the early part of the 2023 season. Has 2 runs scored. So obviously does some pinch running out there. She'll be the first one to face the lefty Kim for the Mingus Marauders. Umpire clears off the plate here. want to thank our camera people. Third base camera out here today is Steve Endicott. Zach Klein has center field. And our producer, the truck out here today, Arizona Smile Designers and Northern Arizona Healthcare. Some of our sponsors for Mingus Marauder softball and baseball 2023. And Kim gets the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Gave up 2 walks and a base hit in the first inning. 1 run scored. Kim trying to limit damage here. A 1-2-3 inning would be awesome. And getting out of the way of that one is Ruiz. 1-1 count now. Sophomore checks the top of the bat, does the twirl, pushes dirt. Open stance, back of the box. Kim with the delivery. And it stays high. 2-1 now the count to the right fielder. Game number 1 in the books. Game number 2 underway here. We got a third one coming up on KYBC AM 1600, 96.3 FM. That one will be pregame at 1:40. Grounder, dribbler. Good backhand out there by Watson, but way foul. But it does save everybody from having to go get that one from left field. 2-2 now the count. Leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second. The Mesquite Wildcats with a 1-0 lead over the Mingus Marauders. Kim pushes, delivers, and strike 3, a tag out there by Loosebrink. Third strikeout, second looking here today by Kim. Naima's doing well with the strikeouts. Now she's going to try to take care of the catcher, Anna Alvarez. Alvarez uses the middle of the box, and she'll look at ball 1. Looked really close. I was about to call that one a strike. High end of the strike zone, but didn't get the call. Alvarez is a junior batting .214. 4 for 14 on the season. And now she'll look at a strike. 1-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Mesquite Wildcats lost to Sunny Slope, the Vikings, a 6A team. Only 6A team here in this tournament. By a score of 13-4. That one stays high. 2-1 now the count. Bottom of the second inning for the Mingus Marauders. Kim delivers. And that's going to be a little tapper right back at her. The lefty throws over to first to Klein and throws it hard but gets her out. So the ground out goes 1-3 for out number 2, and Mingus trying to get through a 1-2-3 inning out here today. Kim is on the mound defensively. It's going to be Maddie Loosebrink behind the plate. McKenna Watson's at third. Laura Backus is at short. Rory Murphy, the second baseman. That puts Audrey Klein over at first. First one high and inside for ball 1. After this one, I encourage everybody to get over to the snack bar for lunch. It's starting to smell good out there. Kim steps back on the rubber, using the middle of the rubber this time. And that one will get by the catcher. Lost the grip on that one. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Myers over in right field for the Mingus Marauders defensively. Cameron Jones is in center. And the left fielder for game number 2 is Briley Wendler. There's the delivery low. Kim got the strikeout, then the ground out. Now having a little trouble here with Megan Ritchie. 3-0 count. See if she's got the green light to go. Ritchie batting 111. Now she'll take strike 1. 3-1 count. Now she should have the green light. Here's the delivery, and that one stays high, and she'll get the walk, her 4th walk of the season. 3rd walk of the game here. Given up by Kim, and that brings up the top of the order. Liliana Ontiveros. Ontiveros, the pitcher, struck out looking to start off the game. 1 on, 2 outs. 1-run lead by the squad from Mesquite. And a line drive left field. It's going to get down, and it is fielded out there by Wendler Well. Ball gets in quickly. Hard line drive single by Ontiveros. Going to second is going to be Richie, so just like that, Mesquite has something going, a 2-out rally. Fausto steps in. She walked, stole a base back in the first, and then scored the only run of the game so far. Kim recollects herself and delivers, and it's going to be low and outside, ball 1. Madison Wright, the first baseman, is on deck if Fausto can continue the inning out here. Kim looks over and gets a sign. Lefty steps back on the mound, or on the rubber, I should say, and delivers high. And no throw as a double steal takes place. So going down to second is Ontiveros. Moving on to third is Richie with no throw. So 2 in scoring position now for Fausto with a 2-0 count. Kim sets herself and delivers. Gets the strike. 2-1 now the count. We got viewers in the outfield, or I should say in the grandstands, right center and left center. It's BYOC, bring your own chair. Decent crowd out here today for the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament. That one's low. Got to come get her now. 3-1 the count. First base is open. Fausto walked her first time up. Kim takes a breath. Here's the delivery, and she will get strike 2 there. Fausto tried to drop the bat, act her way over to first base. Didn't get the call. Full count now. Kim with 2 on, 2 out. And a ground ball comes to Watson off of her glove. She stops it. 1-1 will score. Can't come up with it clean, though. And coming in to score the second run is Richie. Moving on to third is Ontiveros. And on first base now is Fausto, and the inning continues. Madison Wright steps up. Grounded out to Bacchus, the shortstop, in the first inning on a 2-2 pitch. Kim having to work hard here in the second inning. There's a ground ball. Goes to Bacchus. Bacchus throws to second. Missed it. And the runner goes Fausto. So Fausto goes first to third. Tried the force out at second instead of across the diamond. Couldn't make it happen. Fausto got a real good jump off the first. Ontiveros ends up scoring on the error. And Mingus is now trailing 3-0. And Kim, with runners at the corner, has to continue to work here in the second inning. That one gets away from Loose Brink just by a couple inches. Just enough, though. Going down to second is Wright. A delayed steal as soon as the ball got away from Loose Brink. Gutierrez, a single in the first, has 2 on. RBI opportunities out there. Kim delivers. It's going to be a ground ball going to Murphy. Murphy at second over across the diamond, and Mingus gets out of it. The ground out. 4-3 ends the second inning and takes the threat away. 2 left, but 2 in, making it 3-0. The Mesquite squad, the Wildcats from Mesquite, lead the Mingus Marauders 3-0. The Mingus Marauders coming up in the top of the third inning. Need to figure out a way to score. It's going to be Wendler, the left fielder, Murphy, the second baseman, then back to the top of the order with Jones for the top of the third when we return after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Welcome back to Mingus Union High School, home of the Marauders. Ontiveros takes the mound. There I go again. Takes the circle for inning number 3 out here for the Mesquite Wildcats. She's going to be facing Briley Wendler, who did not get an at-bat in the first game. And then it'll be Murphy. Murphy in the opener ended up 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a strikeout in game number 1 versus Prescott. Both of these squads 0-1 so far here today. The Mingus Marauders fell to the Prescott Badgers by a score of 11-3. 13-4 was the score against Sunny Slope versus the Mesquite squad. Stepping in is Wendler. Wendler uses the middle of the box. There's the pitch, and she'll watch that one outside for ball 1. Mingus trails by 3. Mingus gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the second. That one stays high. 2-0 the count. Mingus is in need of base runners. Mesquite has played error-free softball in the infield here. And a big swing and a miss. 2-1. Took something off. Ball stayed high. Wendler went after it. 1-2 the count. Pardon me. 2-1 the count. Now 3-1 the count. See if she's got a green light here for the Mingus Marauders. Here's the delivery and a line drive right center field, left center field. It's going to get down and a roll to the wall. Wendler's going to take a big turn and show up at second with a stand-up leadoff double. Ball was up and she tomahawked it. Put it in center field just to the left of the center fielder. The ball went off her glove, and then when that wandered to the wall, Wendler was on her horse and went to second. Murphy steps in for her first at bat. And she shows bunt. She does bunt right in front of the plate. The throw is going to go down to first, and they're going to throw back behind the runner here at third. She is safe. So the sacrifice, and Wendler takes third, rounds third just a little bit, and they threw behind her. So the sacrifice bunt works well by Murphy. She put that ball right in front of home plate, deadened it. I think she wanted to get a little bit more of a roll, but it was a hard throw for Alvarez, the catcher, who picked it up, made a very nice play throwing the ball down to right. Wright got the out and then turned around and immediately threw the ball behind Wendler at third. Close play but safe. Jones is up, 1 on, 1 out, and will take ball 1. And the umpire asking whether or not the runner at third left early. And now the umpire is going to go over and switch sides, get a little closer to third base, I guess, to watch that. See if Wendler leaves early before the pitch arrives. There's the pitch, and a ground ball goes to the shortstop. They're going to come home with it, and they get her out at home. How about that? A great play by Fausto to Alvarez, the tag play, and Mingus denied a run on the board. 2 out now. Cameron Jones on first. She'll get on with the fielder's choice. And out at home is Wendler. Loose brink up. Jones on first, playing cat and mouse with Alvarez, the catcher. 1-0 the count. Loose Brink had a single and now drives this one into the corner. That's going to get all the way down to the corner. Cameron Jones coming to third, and she'll have to stop there, but it's going to be a double by Loose Brink. She's 2 for 2 in the game. Mingus with a threat, 2 on, in scoring position with 2 out, and that brings up Watson. McKenna Watson, the lefty, lined out to the second baseman, soft liner, but a line out to the second baseman. Everything she's hit here today has been pulled to the right side of the infield. See if she takes a pitch here. She doesn't. She swings at the first one on the outside part of the plate and fouls it off the end of the bat. 0-1 count. Ball thrown behind the pitcher, missed it. Second baseman comes in to get it for her, or Donez. 0-1 the count to the Mingus Marauder senior, who pops that one left-hand side. That one's going to get out of play. And over close to the camera area. See if Steve Endicott got a hand on that one. Endicott is on the third base camera. Zach Klein is in center field. And our producer here today, Mike Barkley. 0-2 count now, and a fly ball left field. Left fielder's got a break on it and will catch it for the final out of the inning. So Mingus puts together a rally and unable to score as they fly out to left field. Ends the threat for the Mingus Marauders. So 2 stranded with a 2-out, a leadoff double, and then out at home on a ground out to the shortstop. And then Mingus started to put it back together here with a double by Loose Brink, 2 on with 2 out, unable to get anybody across. And the Wildcats escape the top of the third. Coming up in the bottom of the third, middle of the order, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Ordonez, Howlett, and Ruiz coming up for the Wildcats when we return after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
And returning to Mingus Union High School, the Mingus Marauders trailing the Mesquite Wildcats by a score of 3-0, bottom of the third inning. And, of course, Loose Brink was on base once again, so Coach Kim has got to come out and play catcher out here. No gear for Coach. So, hopefully, Kim keeps the ball up, doesn't throw it into his shins. She's warming up here for the bottom of the third inning. Mingus Marauders had a threat, didn't get it done. The Wildcats have been successful, though. A walk and a scored runner in inning number 1. Second inning, walk, a single, and a couple of errors helped 2 to score in inning number 2. 3 strikeouts in the game so far for Kim. 3 walks, and has given up 2 hits. Stepping in is the second baseman, Ordonez. Ordonez wearing number 24. She'll look at that one low. Oh, 1-0 the count. Donez batting .267 on the season, 4 for 15. Big swing and a miss. Missed that one. 1-1. The count is evened up. Bottom of the third. It is tournament play. That's why Mesquite is the home team for this game. Kim's delivery is outside, stays outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Donna's has 4 hits on the season. Walked her first time up. Back in the first inning. Leads off the bottom of the third and taken high for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Kim trying to find her position here. Gets herself set and throws that one high and outside. That's going to be a walk. 4th walk given up here in the game, and a leadoff walk to Ordonez. That is her 5th walk of the season, according to the stats. That brings up Ryan Howlett, the center fielder. She struck out her first time up. That one takes high. Howlett, a senior, 4 for 10 on the season with 3 runs, 2 RBIs, a double, and a couple of triples. Like I said, struck out swinging in the first inning. And a throw behind the runner. And then as soon as the throw went behind the runner, stealing second is Ordonez. So she'll pick up the stolen base, get herself into scoring position for Howlett, who's got a 3-0 count. Delivery number 4 is high. No, that's 3-0, sorry. Top of the third inning, 3-0 lead here by the Wildcats over the Mingus Marauders. A walk and a delayed stolen base out there by Ordonez. And there is a strike. 3-1 now the count to the center fielder. Slightly chokes up, uses the middle of the box. Kim delivers, and that one's going to be low. 5th walk in the game. Howlett goes to first. Ordonez is still at second. That's going to bring up Tatiana Ruiz, the right fielder. Struck out looking her first time up. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and no throwdown, double steal. And leaving early was Ordonez, and she is out. So she left early, and she is called out. That becomes the first out of the inning. And having to go back to first is Howlett. Second delivery out here by Kim. And a line drive right field. And Meyer took a bad bounce on her. It gets behind her. Coming all the way around from first to score is going to be Howlett. Going on to third is Ruiz. Ruiz had a single and ends up with a 2-base error out there. Gets an RBI, though. Coming around to score, run number 4 is Howlett. And Alvarez, the catcher, steps in. Tapped back to the pitcher. Back in inning number 2. And she'll line that one. Kim made an effort for it. And it was spinning away from her, tailing away. And got part of the glove on it. Just not enough leather to bring it in. Goes for strike 1. So 2 walks. A left early out. And then a single. And there's strike 2. And here we are with Alvarez, the catcher. Alvarez came into today batting .214. has a teammate on third. One out, one already in, and that one stays high. 1-2 the count. Lefty is using the middle of the rubber this time. Gets herself set. And comes to the plate. A little ground ball going over to Murphy at second. Murphy up across to Klein. The run scores on the ground out. Ground out goes 4-3, and that makes it 5-0 as Alvarez picks up the RBI. Rory gets the out at first. And Ritchie comes up with the bases empty now. 5-0. Mingus has got some work to do here in the top of the fourth. And that one stays super high. Ball one. Ritchie walked, stole a base. Actually stole third base. And scored back in the second inning. And a ground ball going to the left side of the infield. Long throw and got her. Backus with the strong throw across the diamond to Klein to get the final out of the inning. And the Mingus Marauders get out of the third, but they give up two more. One in the first, two in the second, two more here in the third. Coming up to bat for the Mingus Marauders, it is going to be the heart of the order. It's going to be Klein, Backus, and Meyer. Always the case. You come up to bat after you make a great play defensively. We'll be back to Mingus Union High School after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Mingus Marauders have got to figure out a way to get the bats underway here. And a strong throw down to second by Alvarez. Practice throw, of course, it's going to be Klein who grounded out to the shortstop. And grounded out Fausto to right here in the first inning. Backus grounded out to the shortstop, and Meyer grounded out to the third baseman. So coming up the middle part of the order here for the Mingus Marauders, 4, 5, and 6. Need to get some runs on the board. Trying to get a victory here in the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament. And the first one is going to be fouled. Breaking ball, actually off speed pitch. Way out in front of it was Klein. I want to thank Northern Arizona Healthcare, Lawler Construction, and Reese's Tire as sponsors. And there's strike two. 0-2 the count. Klein's got to protect up here. She pitched in the first game. Now she's playing first base here in game number 2, and she'll ground that one. Third baseman picks it up across the diamond and gets the out. Ground out goes 5-3. Gutierrez very quick from picking up the ground ball and getting the ball in the air over to the first baseman. One out, nobody on here in the top of the fourth. Backus steps in. And she'll ground that one up the middle, and that one's going to get through. Backus gets herself on base with her first hit of the game. She is now 1 for 2. And a one-out rally underway here by the Mingus Marauders. First pitch she saw. Put it through the circle, kind of left of second base. Found its way into center field for the base hit. Meyer steps in. She grounded out to the third baseman her first time up. And that one is way high. Throw back behind the runner and getting back without a problem is Backus. Ball one here to Meyer. Ontiveros on for her 4th inning of work. Hasn't given up a run. And that one is skied up over this side and gets down before the catcher comes to get it. Alvarez, a sliding attempt out there. Phenomenal attempt and unable to catch up with it. Didn't have enough air underneath it. And Meyer gets another life. 1-1 the count now. Touches the bat to the outside part of the plate and then backs away from the plate. Uses the front part of the box. But she's got herself a long ways away from the plate, and there's a strike right down the middle. 1-2 the count now. Meyer's got to forget that one. Just watch for the next pitch. She's in the hole. 1-2. There it is, and that one is skied right-hand side. First baseman came in at first and then had to go back. And Meyer getting a little bit of luck here. Luck of the Irish. Since we just had St. Paddy's Day not too long ago. Well, now pushing half of the month ago. Meyer gets another life, still 1-2 the count. And a hard hit ball down the left field line. And that is going to get down into the corner. Coming around and going on to third. Sliding into third. Safe is going to be Backus. Great job in the outfield. Ritchie got that ball in very quickly, and there could have been a play at third. The ball actually beat Backus there, but a one-out double by Meyer. She got big bat on the ball. A little bit higher, and that one would have been out without a doubt. So Mingus now second and third, one out. Got a threat going here. Kim trying to help herself. Grounded out to the shortstop her first time up and swings and misses. Fouls, tips it. Naima trying to help her own cause here. Down 5-0. 2 possible RBIs sit out there on the bases. It's second and third, and that one bounces her its way up for a 1-1 count. One offering is going to be ground back to the pitcher. She looks her back at third, goes over to first, and can't advance the runners. So a ground out goes 1-3. That's going to bring up Wendler. Wendler doubled her last time up. Gets some pointers here from Kim. She goes her way. Back to the dugout. 2 out now, 2 on. Mingus trying to get the first run of the game on the board. And Wendler looks at the off-speed pitch as a ball. 1-0 the count. Second delivery is hit off of the pitcher, and beating it out at first is going to be Wendler. Wendler gets the RBI, goes off the pitchers, and the Mingus Marauders are on the board. The second baseman, Ordonez, came over, didn't get it clean, still made a throw over to first. And an infield single out there with an RBI by Wendler. And Mingus is on the board. And Murphy is stepping in. Now second and third is scampering down to second without a throw is going to be Wendler. Coming in to score was Backus, who had a one-out single. Third sits Meyer, and a big swing and a miss. And an RBI infield single here by Wendler, and Mingus has 1 run on the board, 5-1. Second and third, 2 out now, and that one stays high. 1-2 the count. Second baseman, freshman second baseman out there for the Mingus Marauders. Murphy steps back in. There's the delivery and a swing and a miss, and the strikeout ends the inning and the threat for the Mingus Marauders. They get 3 hits in the inning, and score 1 run, making it 5-1. The Mesquite squad, the Wildcats, coming up. It's going to be the top of the order. It's going to be Ontiveros, the pitcher, Fausto, the shortstop, and Wright, the first baseman, when we return for the bottom of the 4th coming up after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Marauders do get on the board. It is 5-1. However, time becoming a factor since this is tournament play. They do not get to play a full 7 innings. They play a timed amount, which means that the Mingus Marauders really need a short defensive inning to be able to get back to the bats to have an inning number 5. Otherwise, we're going to have issues. So Kim has got to be super efficient here in the bottom of the 4th inning and try to get 3 outs quickly here for the Mingus Marauders. Coming up, it's going to be the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Liliana Ontiveros, the pitcher, struck out looking in the first, ended up with a single, a stolen base, and scored in the second. And she will be stepping in, the righty, with the long braided ponytail. Lots of rubber bands in that one. And she will step in to be the leadoff hitter against Kim. Waiting for her coach to get down to the third base spot. Way, way close toward the dugout. Not anywhere near third base. And here we are underway, bottom of the 4th, and the first one is low. Ball 1. Ontiveros has only given up 1 run pitching here today. She's gotten herself out of 2 different jams, only given up 1. Kim gets that one a little bit high and inside. So a 2-0 count to the leadoff hitter. Ontiveros certainly content to take pitches with a 5-1 lead. Kim, the lefty, delivers, and that one's going to be high again. 3-0 the count. Walks have not been her friend here today. She has given up 5 walks in the game. Top of the 4th inning, Mingus trailing 5-1. And there it is, the strike. 3-1. See if she can duplicate, put it there again. See if Ontiveros will put the ball in play, let her defense do some work. Kim stretches, delivers, and high. Ball 4. 6th walk of the game. And the leadoff runner is on for Mesquite. And that brings up Cynthia Fausto, the shortstop. She walked and scored, stole a base in the first, got on an error in the second. And here she is in the 4th, takes one kind of high and tight. 1-0 the count. Mingus is going to have to get, like I said, out of this inning here quickly if they're going to want to try to get a 5th inning and an opportunity to get the bats going to get back in this one. This is game number 2 of 3 in the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament. And that one catches the inside part of the plate. There's a strike. 1-1 the count now. 1 on, nobody out. Fausto up to bat. Came into today batting .429. And that one is way high. On to second goes Ontiveros without a throw. 2-1 now the count. Runner in scoring position. Kim checks the sign from the coach in the dugout. Using more of the right side of the rubber now. And there's the pitch, and it's golfed into center field. It is deep and tailing away from the center fielder. And it will drop for a double. Coming around to score all the way from second is going to be Ontiveros, and it is now 6-1. A double golfed inside low pitch, and she just golfed it all the way up there, just off of the Mingus Marauder softball sign and away from the center fielder, Cameron Jones. It kept tailing away from her. So she replaces her pitcher out there at second base, also picks up an RBI, and makes the score 6-1. Right, the first baseman steps in and will take strike one. Grounded out to the shortstop. Good play out there by Backus in the first inning, and then got on an error in the second. Here in the fourth, and she'll swing and miss at that one. 0-2 count now. Like the high stuff. Couldn't catch up with it. 0-2 the count. Nobody out. 1 on, 1 in here in the top of the fourth, and that one's high and inside. Jumping back in the box. Using the back of the box is right. Kim delivers and gets strike three. Third strikeout, fourth strikeout of the game. She had 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 1 here in the fourth. That brings up Mia Gutierrez, the third baseman. 1 for 2 in the game. And a throw down to third, no. Stealing third without a throw is Fausto, the shortstop. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. 1-0 count here to Gutierrez, and that one is inside. 2-0. Kim spins the ball, gets her sign, pushes dirt. Now she's going to step on the rubber. She does. Now using the first base side of the rubber. Delivers and close, but no. Outside makes it 3-0. Gutierrez has the only home run for the team this year. Kim delivers, and that one's going to be low. Second walk in the inning. First and third now. O'Donnell steps in. She's walked twice so far in the game. First and third. Wonder how long Gutierrez is going to stay on first. And that one's high. Ball 1. One in here in the top of the fourth. A 6-1 lead by Mesquite over the Mingus Marauders. And that's going to be popped up right behind us, heading toward the stands, and just behind the stands. That's going to land out there for Brandon Figge. He's going to throw this one partially back in. 1-1 the count. Kim looking to deliver. Wildcats on the corners. And that one is going to be low. 2-1 the count. Wildcats led off, actually bottom of the first. Mingus, the home team, even though it's their home field, but tournament play. Mingus scored their only run in the top of the fourth. Took 3 hits to do it. And that's going to be outside. 3-1 the count now. The Wildcats scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 1 so far here in the fourth. 2 on, 1 out. And a 3-1 count to Ordonez, who has walked twice in this game. And Kim delivers, and there's a strike. Going down to second without a throw is Gutierrez. So full count now, second and third, as the Wildcats threaten again. They've had activity on the bases every single inning out here today. Kim delivers, and there's strike three. Helped her out. Second strikeout, second out of the game. Kim trying to leave this a 5-run game and give her squad an opportunity to maybe get back up here if time doesn't run out on them. Howlett steps in. She struck out in the first and walked in the third. Takes high for ball one. Steps back in. Gets herself ready with a little bat wiggle. Kim ready to deliver. And she'll put it in there, and it'll be low. 2-0 the count now. First base open. Time becoming a factor, though. If Mingus gets a chance to come back up, Mingus will start off with the top of the lineup, Jones, Loosebrink, and Watson. And there is a strike. Outside part of the plate, that's a good pitch. 2-1 the count. Naeem has got to fight her way back in this one. Trying to get the center fielder. And there's a strike. Good pitch. 2-2 the count now. One more and she'll strike out the side. Had 2 strikeouts in the first, 1 in the second. 2 more here in the fourth. And she swings, a check swing. Fouls it off. Close to the knuckles and wastes the pitch. Remains 2-2 here. To be outside, full count. Payoff pitch around the corner here. Leadoff walk and then a double, an RBI double, a strikeout, a walk, and here we are, 1 in, 2 on, second and third, 2 out. First base is open. Kim. Base is now loaded. Tatiana Ruiz comes up. She struck out in the second, had a single and scored in the third, advanced to third on an error. A miss to the outside. 1-0 the count. It's coming up on noon out here today. This might be it for see if the Mingus Marauders are going to actually get a chance to bat in the fifth, or if they're going to call the game on time here. And a ground ball, left side, gets through, scores 1 for sure. Second one is going to stop off. The throw comes home, and Wendler gets the ball into the catcher. So they move 1 station. Fausto comes home to score, making it 7-1. Going to third is Gutierrez, and on to second is Howlett. RBI single out there by Ruiz, who now has back-to-back singles. And a fly ball, right field. Coming over to get it is Meyer, and the damage is done in foul territory. A foul out to the right fielder by Alvarez, the catcher on the first pitch. And the Mingus Marauders get out of it. However, they give up 2 more. We're going to take a break. We'll return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit lawlerconstructionaz.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, it looks like the Lady Marauders, are going to get a chance to hit here in the top of the fifth, trailing by a score of 7-1. So obviously they have got to score at least 6 defense, because Mesquite will get a chance to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. We have a new pitcher out there for the Mesquite squad. Number 20 sets up to pitch. See if I can get some stats here for you. Ariano, the junior, steps in. She's pitched 2 innings. She's given up 12 hits, 15 runs, 13 earned runs, 2 walks. And she's coming out for an opportunity to close out this one. 32 against her. She has hit 1 and had 1 wild pitch. Mingus has 3 outs to work with. Needs to score 6 to tie, 7 to take a lead out here. Top of the order comes up. One of the 2 seniors for the Mingus Marauders. Center fielder Cameron Jones will march up to the plate. Grounded out to the shortstop in the first. Got on a fielder's choice in the third. 7-1 your score. 5th inning action here. So Mingus got out of the 4th in. Mingus definitely needs base runners. And there is a strike outside part of the plate. Ariano, a 1-1 count, looks to deliver. And a line drive, foul down the third base line. That'll be strike number 2. Jones gave it a ride. Just a couple feet foul down the third base line. Now she finds herself in a hole, 1-2. Outfield, left field playing deep. Center field is short. And then a grounder back to the pitcher. Ariano over to first base. And that will be out number 1 as she gets it over to right. So the ground out goes 1-3. Looked like Jones kind of held up on that one and then swung late. Put the ground ball right back to the pitcher. Good reaction by the pitcher to get the glove down. And the ball over to first base. 1 out. Mingus is down to its final 2 as Loosebrink steps in, and that one's high. Loosebrink is 2 for 2 in the game. Singled and stole a base in the first and then doubled in the third and got stranded. For the 3rd time here today. Get the bat wiggle in the front part of the plate, or batter's box rather, and 3-0 count now. One out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. And that one's going to be outside in the first walk of the game, given up by the Wildcats. And Loosebrink goes straight down to second. How about that? And beats the throw. That is aggressive base running. Took the walk and did not stop, went straight down to second. So the Mingus Marauders now have somebody in scoring position. And stepping in is McKenna Watson, the third baseman. She lined out to the second baseman, soft liner, and she'll take a strike on the outside part of the plate. That was back in the first inning. Then flied out to the left fielder. Left fielder is deep, center field is medium, right fielder is deep, and that one is super high. 1-1 the count. Again, Mingus needs 6 to tie. As this is a timed game, we will not go a full 7. Watson steps back in and thought about it, held up. 2-1 the count. 684. Ball 3 too high. Not close enough to think about. 3-1 the count. First base is open. Audrey Klein on deck for the Mingus Marauders, playing first base here in game number 2. She pitched in game 1. And there is a off-speed pitch for 3-2, a full count. Took something off of it, got it over the outside part of the plate. Watson let it go. Now a full count. She's got to protect up, and that one is going to be low. And the throw down to third, and Loosebrink, as soon as the ball got away from the catcher ever so slightly, the Cat steals third. Watson is on first now with the second walk in the game. And Audrey Klein comes up. First and third. The Mingus Marauders trying to get a rally, get going here. Scored their first run on 3 hits back in the 4th. Third is Loosebrink. Loosebrink got herself caught in between third and a home, but leaving early is going to be Watson. So Watson is now out, the second out of the game. So leaving early, left early is Watson. After the walk. So 2 outs. Mingus would have had runners at second and third with 1 out. Instead, it's third and 2 outs. And they throw back behind the runner again. Loosebrink is back. Playing a little cat and mouse game here with the catcher, Alvarez. Alvarez has been on target with her low and gets away from the catcher ever so slightly. 3-1 the count. Klein set to hit. Will take strike 2. Full count now. And the Mingus Marauder first baseman gets herself set. And she'll line that one into right center field. It'll get down for an RBI single. And the Mingus Marauders stay alive. Down to their last out, down to their last strike. And Mingus scores the second run of the game. Loosebrink comes across, gets the score after the walk. Watson walked. Unfortunately left early for out number 2. Now Klein singles on a full count, bringing up Backus. And Backus takes strike 1. Backus is 1 for 2 in the game. Single and scored the first run of the game for the Mingus Marauders back in the 4th. And that should do it. That should do it out here. So Mingus 7-2 appears to be what would be the final score of the game. I think we have run out of time here for game number 2. We're going to take a break. When we do, we'll come back and make sure it looks like we are at the end. So 7-2, the Mesquite squad, the Wildcats, defeat the Mingus Marauders here in game number 2 of the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament. We'll be back for postgame after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty Insurance and Insurance.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-20.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the game number 2 of the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament goes the way of the Wildcats, 7-2 your final. Mingus loses the first one to the Prescott Badgers by a score of 11-3. Second one, 7-2, and coming up at 1:40 this afternoon, we will have pregame for game number 3, and that will be versus the Sunny Slope Vikings, a 6A team in our tournament out here today. The victorious Wildcats, Liliana Ontiveros, ends up 1-for-2 in the game, scored 2 runs, had a stolen base and a walk. Cynthia Fausto, the shortstop, ends up 1-for-2, a double and an RBI, scored twice and had a walk. Madison White ends up 0-for-2, got on an error in the second. Mia Gutierrez, Ordonez, the second baseman, walked twice, got called out, left, leaving early in the third, and then struck out in the fourth. So she ends up 0-for-1 in the game. Ryan Howlett, the center fielder, 0-for-1, struck out in the first, then walked and scored in the third, walked again in the fourth. Ruiz, the right fielder here today, 1-for-2, 2-for-3. Had 2 singles and an RBI in the game, struck out in the second. Alvarez goes 0-for-2 and 0-for-3 with a ground out RBI in the second. And Megan Ritchie ends up scoring a run, 0-for-1 in the game, but walked and scored, stole a base as well in the second inning. We're going to take a break here. Final score 7-2. When we come back, we'll go through the Mingus Marauder stats when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Mingus Marauders fall to the Mesquite Wildcats. The score is 7-2. 0-2 so far here with one more game set to go against the Sunny Slope Vikings, who have won this tournament several years in a row. Center fielder out here today, Jones, ends up 0-for-3 in the game. Maddie Loosebrink had a excellent game, 2-for-2 with a walk and a scored run in the fifth. Watson ends up 0-for-2, walked, got called out leaving early in the fifth inning. Audrey Klein, the first baseman, playing first base here today, 1-for-3, a couple of ground outs to the left side of the infield as well. Backus ends up 1-for-3, a single, and scored a run back in the fourth. Julia Meyer had a double, 1-for-2 in the game. Kim ends up 0-for-2. Wendler, 2-for-2 in the game, out at home, trying to score on a ground out, and unfortunately doesn't get that done. However, in the fourth inning, has a single and an RBI. Murphy ends up 0-for-1 here today, including a sacrifice bunt. So the Mingus Marauders once again fall to the Mesquite squad here. The Wildcats by a score of 7-2. We're going to head back to regular programming on KYBC, and we'll come back here for pregame of game number 3 of the Faith Moore Memorial Tournament coming up at 1:40 here this afternoon. First pitch scheduled to be at 2 p.m. here at Mingus Union High School. I bid everybody a wonderful midday. Go get some lunch. We'll see you on the other side.
This has been a presentation of Mingus Marauder Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School, Studio G Multimedia, or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Today's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Red Rock Collision, locally and family owned and working for you, not the insurance company. And Arizona Smile Designers, smile big, smile bright. Visit azsmiledesigners.com. Mingus Marauder softball sponsors also include Lawler Construction, quality built custom homes and commercial projects. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health and healing people. And All Price Insurance, low monthly rates on reliable insurance. Thank you for tuning in on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Go to YouTube/Verde Valley TV to watch all games on demand.